All right, are you aching to take a trip somewhere? How about somewhere warm and beautiful with the water is the bluest blue you've ever seen in your life? Anyway, this morning we have the pleasure of speaking with the Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. In 2011, he made history as the country's youngest person elected to office. Through compassionate dialogue and inclusiveness, he's ushering in a new generation of transformative development and leadership. Prime Minister Holness joins us from Kingston, Jamaica this morning. Nice to have you on Good Day New York.
Thanks for having me, Rosanna.
All right, make us a little jealous. Today in New York City, it's really cloudy. We may get some rain. Temperatures are in the 70s. What's it like in Kingston this morning?
Well, we're seeing very clear weather. We will probably be somewhere in the 90s with nice sunshine. And as you've mentioned, the beaches, if you're on the North Coast, it would be very lovely today.
It is so beautiful there. I have to say, I've never seen bluer water than I've seen in Jamaica. And the people, of course, are so nice there. How did everybody do during this COVID period?
Well, like most countries, we've had our challenges. We've had 2 spikes, but we've managed to contain them. By and large, I would say most Jamaicans are compliant with our measures to control the infections. And we've done fairly well in controlling the infections. We are presently allowing more movements and gatherings. In terms of vaccinations, I would say about close to 10% of the population would have received at least 1 dose of the vaccines. 4% would be totally vaccinated with 2 doses. We've had the challenges like most developing countries where we aren't able to access the vaccines readily as we would like, but we expect that in August we should have a sufficient supply of vaccines to start widespread and mass vaccinations.
So you're waiting on a few more vaccines for the people who work and live there?
Yeah, so we've secured supplies, we've secured contractual purchases, and we should benefit from what was announced at the G7 and other initiatives from other bilateral partners.
Prime Minister, what are the protocols for people who want to visit Jamaica right now?
Well, the first thing is that if you are visiting as a tourist, then you would go to our Visit Jamaica site and fill out the requirements there, which is quite simple, quite easy. You would be required to take a test, a PCR test or other types of tests 3 days before you travel and present that at the airport, negative test. And then you come to Jamaica, you head into our resilient corridor where there are special arrangements. If you are traveling ordinarily, then you would go to our Jam COVID-19 site. You would fill out the requirements there. You would get a travel authorization. Of course, you present your PCR or other tests negative at the airport, and then you are allowed to travel to Jamaica. Of course, we now require a quarantine of 14 days. If you're fully vaccinated, you can spend 8 days, and if PCR test during that time and it is negative, then you are released from quarantine.
Prime Minister, how important is tourism to Jamaica?
Tourism is an anchor and a pillar of the economy here. It's roughly about 30% of our foreign exchange earnings. But it is also very important in terms of driving other industries, agriculture, construction, and it's a significant employer of labor. So it's very important.
I know that you have been very supportive to Haiti. What do you think about the assassination in Haiti right now?
You know, it saddens me. I knew President Moise personally. But, you know, Jamaica is one of Haiti's closest neighbors. We're 90 miles away. And we are very saddened at the killing, the assassination of President Moise. And my heart goes out to his wife. I hope she is recovering speedily. We want to see stability and peace for the people of Haiti. For centuries, that country has been in upheaval. It's the first free black state, and it means a lot to people in this region and in the Caribbean that Haiti finally reaches a point of stability, growth, and development. I'm really wanting to see very quickly the investigations resolved, and I'm hoping that the Haitian state itself will mobilize and show the rest of the world that they can exercise the authority of an independent and sovereign state in investigating and bringing to justice those persons who would have created and done this heinous act.
We hope for justice soon as well, Prime Minister. Let's talk a little bit about you because, well, it's about 10 years ago you became Prime Minister, one of the youngest in that country. What are you most proud of right now?
Well, I'm very proud of the fact that Jamaica has resolved its financial, fiscal management of its economic affairs. And I believe we are on a very good course, having gone through several IMF programs to entrench this kind of fiscal stability and fiscal prudence and good fiscal management. We are now on a trajectory for growth. And I think that is another major achievement. We are creating the environment, regulatory and otherwise, to become a country that is growing significantly in this region. We are also tackling other institutional and development issues, such as strengthening our bureaucracy to deal with things such as corruption, but at the same time to become more efficient. We are also investing heavily, and I'm very proud of this, in our security, our national security, both in terms of our defense force and our police. And we are improving our policing capabilities, and that has been a challenge for many years. But these are long-term investments which will have signal effects on the transformation of our country. Well, we're now making moves in our education sector, and that is another area in which in a few months we will roll out some transformative policies for our education sector.
Well, I can't wait to come back and visit. The entertainment, the people, the food, the water, the weather, everything's just about perfect there, Prime Minister. I also want to say a special thank you to the Consul General of Jamaica, Alcion Wilson, for helping us with securing to talk to you this morning from Kingston, Jamaica, and rubbing it in that it's so beautiful there this morning.
She's here with us, and she's doing an excellent job in New York and the tri-state area, and mobilizing the Jamaican diaspora there, which there is a significant Jamaican diaspora, and I want to say hello to each and every one of them.
Well, thank you so much, Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness. All the best to you and the people in Jamaica. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Roseanne.
All right.